members of the North End, very involved in the community, having recently shut down Green Cross Pharmacy on Hanover Street after about 50 years in service. And they own several properties around the city, one of which is 149 Salem Street. It's just around the corner. If you're not familiar with it, it's a 4-story mixed-use building, commercial on the first floor, residential above. And it's in pretty bad shape currently. It's a wooden structure that has kind of a faux brick siding to it that's sort of falling off. So the condition of the building is such that it doesn't really lend itself well to a renovation. So we're proposing to actually demolish the structure and construct a new 6-story mixed-use building, similar to as it is now, commercial on the first floor, residential above. There will be 2 units on each floor, with the exception of the top floor, which will be one larger 3-bedroom unit, which will be occupied by a family member of the GM Gregorios. We don't have a determination of what type of commercial space on the first floor, but as I said, it will be retail-based, not residential. In addition to residential units, there will be a private roof deck on top of the building for the exclusive access of Unit 9, which is the larger penthouse unit, if you will. Won't be open to the other tenants in the building. And with the exception of the family-occupied unit, it will be rental units, but there will be no short-term rentals. They can attest themselves owning several other properties in the city. That's kind of what they're looking to do. They have tenants who have been in the properties for several years, so Airbnb or things like that will not be something that they're willing to entertain. I'll let David kind of walk us through one by one some of the plans we have here that you have copies of as well, just to kind of give you some more details and background.
So everyone's familiar with this specific corner of Salem and Prince Street, right there. And there's some small pictures of Salem Street down here, which you probably actually can't see from the city. As Ryan said, the first floor is going to be a commercial space. Part of the basement is also going to be for the commercial, and the rest of the basement will be for the units above, for storage and for mechanical equipment. Floors 2 through 5 are divided into a 1-bedroom unit on the corner of Salem and Prince, and a 2-bedroom unit on Salem Street. It's an elevator building. It will be fire protected. It will be alarmed, sprinkled. Has 2 means of egress. The building at 155 Salem has a window on the side wall, and we are making a court here to provide light for that existing window and to provide code-compliant light and air for the back bedroom of that unit. The top floor will be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath unit for the owners, and they will have a small roof deck in the back corner of the building, which is accessed by a hatch. We have not exceeded the 55-foot height limit here. The building elevation is composed of brick, metal cladding, storefront for the bay, and on the first floor we have some small 18-inch bay projections with Julian balconies that offer light and air to the units. This is an expression of the stairwell and elevator right here. The Prince Street elevation, again, is the same. Some of the windows that are punched in the brick are expressed with similar elements that exist in the North End with precast stone lintels and sills. The building adjacent to us on Prince Street has fire egress balconies, which we have to respect and connect back to our building, so we would be providing connections with those here. And that's really it in a nutshell. These other elevations, just the back elevations, really are different. questions?
Happy to answer
Well,
any questions.
we're gonna start with the butters first, and then the butters here. Yes. Can you identify yourself, so we,
We manage the building that you're talking about putting the jewelry in.
and your name is?
Oh, Donna. So we manage the property next door. No one's approached us. We're very easy to find. We have our name and the building as required. No one's approached us about blocking out our windows, their bedroom windows. They've been there since we owned the building. We talked to people who said they've been there as long as they can remember. Also, your projections out into the street on the Juliet balconies, are they extending beyond where the property is right now, where the building is? It looks like they're popping out over the sidewalk.
They're popping out.
Has anyone done a shadow study to see how it would affect our windows right next door to those? Because right now,
Can you
nothing
give us the address of
is.
your building so that people can place where you are?
Yeah, so right here, with the building right next door, where you showed the little cute little
Salem?
box.
On
Salem, yeah, the cute little box encircling our windows. Right now, they're windows to bedrooms, and they let in a lot of sunlight and fresh air, and no one talked to us about closing our windows. Especially to add that height, you're gonna go up.
I know Attorney Carullo gave your office a call, I believe, today, which is the first time we heard from
Is it your attorney?
you guys.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, we gave notice, we fired the entire area, saturated.
My daughter lives in the building and she needed a fire. She was right next to
I
it.
personally saturated the neighborhood myself, so I can
Yeah.
attest.
All right, and our office is.
No, we have the large, what, the like 2x4 posting on the building itself, about 600
Someone
feet.
happened to see it and sent me a picture,
Okay.
but your attorney also used to be our attorney, so he knew we owned the building, he knew how to locate us. And when I talked to him, he was familiar with who owned the property, and he said that he suggested people contact us, but they didn't.
Yeah, well, I know today we sent you a copy of the plan, we're willing to work with you guys, kind of whatever your community outreach, but
So no one
I know.
outreached us, everyone knows. As I said, by law, we have to have our name in the lobby, it's accessible.
Right, well, I mean, respectfully, we're not required to call everybody in the neighborhood, but we did provide,
Could we do something you want to say?
they're not balcony, well, this bumped out and stuff, but which was.
Yeah, it's not-
I think
Yeah.
we need to talk about neighborhood beautification. I think
Well, we said not now. You just said-
Oh, well, I was given a circle vote.
Can you stand up?
I
It's
was
really
given
hard.
a circle by Ryan CLC, a circle of addresses that were notified, which I'm trying to find that now, I assume that's what it meant. that
Exactly.
Every one of the addresses on that, within that circle, you were notified.
Which I
And
personally
at
did
the
myself.
CLC, do you talk about whether they should be mailed or just?
Well, it can be either under the notification requirements.
Should the management company have been notified?
It's a
The
flyer.
building,
I don't think
the
it's
building,
a-
Yeah, so the building owner says notified. And it was acknowledged that it was notified. I was told by the attorney that they went through a process, and the process didn't do it.
Correct, we complied with the notification. Posting the sign.
Yeah, sure, my process, let's let Maria ask.
So through our process, we require, it could be mail or flyer, so sometimes, which is the case, is if it is hand flyer, somebody in the building could pick it up and throw it away, and it doesn't, so that's why we usually recommend mailing, especially in smaller neighborhoods, like, gun flyering does work. In, bigger neighborhoods where it's just a house and one single family, you're just dropping off flyers, but they are allowed to choose flyer or, so that.
Thank you.
Yes.
So they can hear, yes, they can hear you, it's sold out.
I have a, yes, Lena Road 3 Unity Street. I saw already the other night the project, and I believe it's very nice. And to know the John Gregorio family for so many years, and the beautiful reputation they built in so many years, I believe they're going to do anything to make the neighborhood very happy. And not only the neighborhood, I believe the North End needs a little pop, this is going to be maybe even for that. So I believe then the project will be go to the end, and I hope all the best for the Calgary Oil Plant. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead. I know, you're not, I thought he was gonna vote.
No, I'm just, so with the pop-out balconies though, he didn't answer if there's a shadow study, are they gonna shadow our building and our windows are next door?
They won't because the way the sun works, it rises this way, it sets this way, so this is west. You know,
Yeah,
you get direct
the sun
sunlight.
hits, where the windows are blocking, that's where the sun comes in.
Yeah,
So
but
the
the
windows
sun's
will be
coming.
blocking, I was in the other day, you get direct sunlight, and then when the sun comes around, you're gonna have those pop-out Juliet balconies that are gonna shadow the window in the front. Because there's a window right next to that
Yeah,
balcony.
again, it's 18 inches, I mean, and we're also probably,
Well, have you done a shadow study?
I have not done the shadow study
We
yet,
got one.
but we're probably 3 feet, 4 feet away, so
Can we get a shadow study?
sure we can provide that.
And also, is there any kind of developer partnership in this? Is it family doing it on their own, they're not selling it, they're just doing this whole project on their own? And it's not being sold in the future?
They're moving the building.
So what can we do about those windows?
I mean, I know we're open to discussion, so I know just reach back out to the billing, and getting a couple calls today. He's willing to, work within reason, so
So who can we work with?
I would suggest contacting Bill Ferrilla.
He didn't seem very open to working with us, so I do see you are saying that someone will work with us on it.
Yeah, he's willing to have a discussion, yeah. I'm not saying one way or another what the actual owner of the building will do, that's not my position, but the
Okay.
dialogue is.
Yeah, we
encouraged.
protest you closing our windows without our permission, and we want to know how it's going to affect our tenants as a residential
And
company.
briefly with respect to the windows, it's a side wall, and I'm not sure when they were built, I don't know if you know as well. But
When I
it's a
talked-
side wall that's a fire partition wall, so technically there shouldn't be windows there. And I'm not sure how they were built,
I talked to some
I can't
developers,
speak to
and they
it.
said they've worked for years, like as long as they can look at the windows, they've always done that. I actually talked to someone who worked in the building 40 years ago.
I think that the owners of this property have the right to attach to this building, and we're respecting that by providing a court for that window.
Which we didn't park this stuff. I just don't understand the line of communication.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that,
That's why we're here, we're here to talk.
Well, I found out about this meeting, I asked if someone told me
Should
about
be
it, so
resolved
to make sure I was
before you
here.
We'll be notified once.
So, other parties gonna speak now?
I hope so. I mean, I found out yesterday, we've been scrambling to catch up on the information, and I was pretty much given a runaround. So I was advised by someone else that I should come to this meeting, because I guess you already have a meeting on Monday that we weren't told about with the NEWRA group.
Well, we notify them of all communications.
No one sent it to my office, she still hasn't said where he sent it to my office or not.
It was not, it wouldn't have been sent to your office.
But where the management, you know, we're operating out of one office, as you know.
Again, we fly out the premises, comply with the notification requirements.
So the notification, I just don't understand, so the owners and the managers.
Can we talk a little bit louder, or we just go outside and have a conversation?
these residents are in the application process, so.
So can we change it that management companies?
It's like you're having a normal conversation.
That would be,
That would
let's
be,
see.
let you guys start.
I dug out NEWRA's policy on neighbor notification. For the purposes of this policy, neighbor shall mean occupants, both tenants and owner occupants, as well as absentee owners, property management companies, and boards of trustees, etc. So the property management company should have been notified.
Can we take a few questions, or are you guys good?
Yeah, okay, that's all.
Let's take a couple questions.
What was the height of the building on that drawing that you are demolishing? Where would that height fall?
The existing building is here, it's 40 feet, and then there's a one-story building over here.
No, the building that you were demolishing, how high was that?
40 feet.
40 feet.
Yeah.
Is this subject to the requirements of not constructing anything higher than the building you demolish?
No, we're below that, we're 54.
No, that isn't the question. Is this subject to the regulation that you may not build higher than a building that you demolished, which is a unique North
existing
End
building?
requirement?
No,
Do you need a variance for that?
we do not.
You do not what?
We do not need a variance for the height.
What? Because, wait a minute, let me restate the question. Are you in an area of the north end in which if you demolish a building, you may not construct a building higher than the building that you have demolished, not the 55-foot requirement, but higher than the building that you have demolished.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, we have received, we do require zoning relief, and that's not one of the issues cited by the study.
So what is the variance that you need relief from?
It is open space, rear yard, parking, and FAR. So, I mean, currently, no open space, rear yard, or parking, which would remain as
Can I
is.
ask, are these the windows that she's referring to?
Yeah, on the side,
So you're building a house.
yeah, there's like a one-story addition on the side that's currently just used for storage. That's not really being utilized. So we're actually just basically building up the building to the full use of parcels. Blank.
So now, in this area, are you required to put in some sort of air shaft or air well?
That's what we're doing, we're putting in.
Is that what you were talking about?
How big will that be?
What about the regulation about
Hang on,
something
one at a
higher
time,
than-
one at a time. Let's go one at a time.
Believe me, I know.
It's 4 feet.
1 second. We'll come back. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to clarify that my understanding is that in the north end, there was a unique statute that you may not build higher than the building that you demolish, unless you must provide sight, air, and a whole bunch of other things. If you do own it,
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, perhaps if it's a historically significant building, which
no, it's not in this, it's not for that reason.
but again, it's not.
I'm going to rest my case at the moment.
Victor, are you aware of this?
I don't have the zoning code with me. It certainly applied on Atlantic Avenue across from Starbucks.
Yeah.
That, what is now a vacant lot. And that is, I don't know.
Would be urban or rural?
I don't know. But anyway, there is such a provision, whether it applies here or not, I think so.
Dave?
Hi, Dave Kubiak. At the ZLC meeting, I brought up a lot of requests, I guess, more than anything else. I do support replacing what is a very unsafe building, unsafe for the community as well as the tenants, with a new building. So generally, I support this, but I raised a lot of concerns. One of the things I asked for was color elevations from Salem and prints so that we could see what the building will look like, and I see that you have done that, and I thank you for that. The question that this gentleman had, so it's not, you don't need a variance to increase the height, but don't you need zoning board approval to increase the height? Is it a conditional use or something like that? There's something called rooftop structure, rooftop modification or something like that. Don't you need zoning board of appeal approval to increase the height of the building?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean,
Okay,
the
we
first step of the process will be to demolish.
Victor should look into it, only for our information, you know, just so that we understand our own zoning code.
Right.
I brought up the issue of the bump outs, the 18-inch bump outs. And I personally don't have an issue with the ones along Salem Street, but the one at the corner bothers me. I like the architectural feature of something different on the corner, but I don't like the fact that it bumps out. And if you go to, if you've got the same set of sheets that we have here, here it was sheet number 2. Right after the title sheet. Are they in the same order?
A1.0.
Yeah, A1.0, you're right. So there's where I saw the impact, that mass impact, additional mass into that intersection due to that bump out. It's just, and I asked, I just raised that concern.
After our meeting, I did chamfer this corner here so that this mass isn't here on the corner. So if I go to the second floor, the first floor is chamfered corner, the second floor is a chamfered corner. So the projection starts at the second floor now, rather than at the first floor at the corner. So it's only a 4-story projection rather than 5. So it sort of does relieve some of the, it relieves the mass of the corner. And again, it's an 18-inch projection.
I asked that you notify the immediate abutters, the people that own the buildings immediately next to your building. And I mentioned at the ZLC meeting that that is to avoid the conversation we just had. But you didn't do it, you didn't avoid that conversation. I asked about trash. There's going to be 9 units, I understand, plus commercial. And who knows what that commercial might be in the trash that's generated there. And I asked that there be a building trash management program to minimize the impacts of trash on what are narrow and high volume sidewalks in that area. Do you have any thoughts since then?
I did address that. So we've separated the basement into one side for the commercial with its own access, both served by an elevator. The other side is for the residents, served by an elevator and a stair. We have trash down here that is contained within the building that can be brought up by the elevator to the street at the time of trash pickup. So we won't have, there are no barrels outside, it's all contained within the building right in the basement. The residents can take the elevator right downstairs, plop a bag in a barrel, and then it can be brought up to the street.
And you should take a careful look at where on the street it should be placed to minimize the impact. And the last thing I'll bring up are the construction impacts. We are concerned about hazmat in the building. Is there asbestos on the shingles? Is there asbestos inside the building? Maybe the linoleum tile floors, maybe the wrappings on pipes and all of that. Lead paint is another issue. And there may be other hazmat issues associated with the construction. I also requested that you come before us when you have a construction management plan prior to it being approved by the city so that we can review how you're going to build this project, how you're going to protect the community during demolition, during construction, especially how you're going to protect all those kids and their parents walking up to the Elliott School and back every day. Will you come to us with a construction management plan?
I mean, we don't have anything in writing at this point, if that's what you're looking for. I mean, it's something we recognize will be an issue as, anywhere building.
Will you come to us before that plan is approved so that we can understand what's happening during demolition, during construction, and have some input to how you're going to manage the impacts and protect this community prior to that plan being approved by the city?
Yeah, I think we would be able to once we're at that point.
Okay, Dave.
Quick question over here. You represent a management company. Who owns the building?
It's owned by Kia Holdings, it's a corporation.
Okay.
It's owned by a corporation.
And do you know who's the owner of those corporations? We know the feeling here, we don't know the corporation.
Yeah, it's basically the Pizzuti family.
Okay.
So they own a lot of properties in North End.
Yeah.
The Marie Pizzuti family grew up in North End Street.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that they were,
Yeah, they're related to the Roccos and.
No, that's fine, we don't need to go, we don't have to fear retreat.
Okay, they're from North End.
Yeah, I'm trustee at 78 Fifth Street, and we never got any abutter notices. And
Address, I'm sorry.
78 Finch Street, plus 84, I have something to 84, and I didn't get any abutter notices either.
I'm sorry about that.
Were they doing like drilling, or is there going to be any kind of vibration or groundwork that we have to worry about the buildings cracking or swaying, or what kind of groundwork are we doing?
I mean, in terms of actually demolishing the structure?
No, in construction, are you going to have footings, or when you construct a new building, if there's any kind of work going on in the ground, it's going to affect, these buildings are over 100 and something years old. We're very worried about that. Is it brick buildings?
I think we'll probably reuse the existing foundation, and then we will do specific small spread plans that we need within our own footprint. But we'll reuse the existing concrete foundation.
Yeah, because we're next to Boston Sand and Gravel in North Station, we have an office there. And when they demolished the old Boston Sand and Gravel building, they had to put a seismic counter in our building, and it was so bad that they had to stop construction, they had to stop doing it. deconstruction of the building. It was vibrating our buildings, 2 buildings down so badly that they had to stop doing what they were doing and do it a different way.
A lot of times in sites like this, it's hand dug because it just has to be hand dug. You can't get equipment in there, it has to be done.
So what they did in our neighborhood, they did a survey of the properties to make sure they weren't damaged, and they did a seismic meter. So they measured the vibrations, and if the vibrations went over a certain level, they would have to stop that. You're gonna do that for the neighbors.
I don't know yet. The contractor, the owners, they will be with the building.
Yeah, it's probably something you'll have to do, because we just experienced it, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, whatever precautions are necessary for the safety of the structure itself, of course, will be.
Is anyone that's directly affected with us? Like, we're your direct abutter, is there anyone else that's? What? On the other side.
I just wanted to say, I'm Cara Giardino Macca, I'm at 7 Laffer Place, and I'm an Elliott mom. I know this family, I know they care about the kids at the Elliott. I would much rather have them rehabilitating this building than a developer and somebody that doesn't care. So that's all I'm going to say.
So I have a question, unless someone else has, which I will yield to. Yes, Mary.
It seems in listening to this that your flyers or whatever it is you've been doing to let abutters know are not working because it's not just one person who isn't getting it. I'd like you and request that you send any further notices by mail because saying, oh yeah, we took care of it, we found out today, really isn't, it's not very upfront about it. It's kind of dodging the real situation. So would you be willing to mail any notices to the
Reasonable. I think going forward as a practice, I would have no objection, personally.
I think the problem with the notification process is we're not allowed to put stuff in mailboxes.
Well, this would be mailing like with stamps.
We actually used to get, from your very legal office, law office, we used to get all the addresses. We even used to get certifications that the notice was sent to those addresses. From your own law office, that used to be the practice. I don't
With
know
the
what
actual
happened.
map that we printed out, that's from the assessor's database, and if you click another button in addition to the map, it'll print out all the addresses, so.
But I don't want to know what addresses are within the circle.
Oh, no, I'm
I
just
want to
saying
know
for-
what
I'm just
addresses
saying
you
for-
sent notices to.
Yes, and we have. I'd like to follow up the bump out issue on A-1.0, which more than this, it does block views going up Salem Street. David, you were kind enough to tell me at the ZLC meeting, what? Yes, at the ZLC meeting that since you were above 35 or 35 feet, that the Public Improvements Commission didn't get into the picture, didn't need to approve an overhang over the sidewalk. After that, I thought about it and I thought that sounds illogical. Does that mean that you could go as far as you want across the street? That there was no restriction on a bump out once it's 35 feet above? I wrote to the Public Improvements Commission by email asking that question 10 days ago and have had no reply. Maybe you can reply and tell me what exactly are the limitations on bump outs.
So, from what I understand, there's nothing actually in writing to say. It seems that 18 inches. It seems that an 18-inch projection above 15 feet above grade is permissible.
I thought you said 35 feet.
No, 15 feet. Oh, I'm sorry, Councilor. Yeah, 18 inches only. So if you go any further, then you're going to have to go through the PIC process.
Hi, my name is Mara Giannigorio Pericano, and it'll be myself, my husband, and my son who will be occupying the building, who will be taking the penthouse. I just wanted to say my family has been in this community for over 60 years. My father recently retired from my alcohol. My brother owns Hannibal Liquors. I've been an educator at St. School and worked here at the Nazareth Center. We've always done our best to not only live in the neighborhood, but give back. And we are not absentee landlords. So we're trying to, redo a building that desperately needs to be rebuilt. We're taking everybody in the community's suggestions and adhering not only to what legally we have to do, but what aesthetically needs to be done as well. I just wanted to speak and say on behalf of my family, we thank everybody who was here to support us, and we're approachable. So if anybody has any questions, you can let us know. Thank you.
So do we have a motion to vote on this tonight?
So moved.
Second? Second. Okay. Vote.